degree, +2 level to +3 level. There is a need to bridging the gap. So all teachers will engage these 10 days in conducting bridge course classes. And 1st of September onwards, your real curriculum, syllabus, portions, everything starts. Are you getting my point? Don't miss any class. Mandatory 75% attendance is necessary at the end of the semester. Otherwise, we will not issue the hall tickets. You won't be able to answer the examination. So other details will be provided to you by the respective section heads. Today you will have the first session on Unified University Management System, UUCMS. The nodal officer for the college is Dr. Alphonsus D'Souza. Sir is there? Okay. He is taking the first session, right? The sir will come in a few moments from now. He will enlighten you. He will give all the information regarding UUCMS requirements. So being NEP students, you should not say tomorrow, what is UUCMS? I do not know. Across Karnataka, one system of maintaining all your data, your photo, your register number, your college, your selection of the subject, your stream, which is the OE paper, your date of birth, your father's name, mother's name, all Jataka. Okay? It will be recorded, maintained in the database. So UUCMS related information will be provided by Sir, Dr. Alphonsus D'Souza, who was the principal prior to my tenure. He was the controller of examinations, and he's got a rich teaching experience of more than 35 years in this institution. He will brief you about the UUCMS. Then later on, the section head of examinations, controller of examinations, we have Mrs. Lydia Vandana, Professor Lydia Vandana. She will engage you with regard to the examination system, evaluation, reforms, and other things. And the program ends today, probably by 1 o'clock or 1:15. Got it? Any clarifications, any hesitations, queries, you are open, either to me or any of the faculties or section heads. Over to Professor D'Souza.
Very, very good morning. So, I am Dr. Alphonsus D'Souza, Department of Chemistry, and UUCMS Nodal Officer of the college. I have to tell little about the UUCMS. It is the first in its kind in the country. The Karnataka state government has implemented this. The Unified University and College Management System. Unified University and College Management System, UUCMS, is a flagship project envisioned by the Department of Higher Education, Government of Karnataka. The UUCMS unifies and integrates the functioning and governance of all colleges and public universities in the state, bringing all of them under one umbrella. The UUCMS will digitize and activities of higher education institutions and everything from admissions, then examinations and awarding degree is done through UUCMS. When you applied for the course, you have got admission by applying through applications you have filled up. One is ERP application, one is UUCMS application. You got application ID and password was welcome at 123 W capital. Now, suppose you want to enter into the UUCMS portal, you have to use your UUCMS registration number. UUCMS registration number. It has come to your mail after principal's approval, your admissions. It has already is there in your mail. I just cross-checked. How many got the UUCMS number? You know? Please raise your hand. UUCMS registration number. Yes, very good. Others, you just open your mail. There you will get this UUCMS ID number, UUCMS registration number. That is login ID to the portal. And the password will be not welcome at 123. It is your date of birth. Date of birth in the format. This format. Date. Suppose date of birth is 2004, then 08/02/2004, between dash, 08 dash, okay, 02/2004, that format. That is, suppose you want to change your password, you can change the password. Option is, when you go to that, you will get sometime option, otherwise right, that is the icon is there. You have to click that where change the password will come. You want to change, you can change the password. New password you can give. Suppose you forget the password sometimes. Many times you forget it. Sometimes you don't remember. Then you approach our office. That is Miss Nishita Morris. She will help you out how to get the password. Suppose you forget the password. Otherwise, your password will be your date of birth. Okay? So the process is, as I said, it is everything from admissions, examinations to awarding degrees will be done within UUCMS. Okay? Now admissions already over. It is already approval given. Only the approval from the university has to come. Other approval, principal approval has already got. Your all applications, your admissions are approved by the principal already. And it has to, it is sent to the, it will be sent to the university. From university approval has to come to the Mysore University. Then it is final, it is admissions for final. Admission process is over. Then second part here is in UUCMS portal, that is registration of the courses that you're studying. Registration of courses. So when you enter into the UUCMS portal, Vismay, please, yeah, Vismay, please come. Hope UUCMS portal, sometimes server will be down. So if it, see, hope it will work. U01 yes, U01 BF 23 A0058. So you have to go to Google, where you have to put UUCMS login, then dashboard will open, where it is like this, it will come. So your login ID and password. Password will be your date of birth. And enter CAPTCHA 21457, whatever your CAPTCHA will get, there you have to enter. Yeah, yeah, slash, not slash, dash, 08 dash, yeah. 97115. One more you put, no? 001 you put. Yeah, this one you put. Yeah. Welcome at 1 to 4 you put. Welcome, W capital, W capital. At 1 to 4. At 1 to 4. No, 1 to 4. Not 3. Capture. Yeah, correct. One to four. Yeah. Wait here, right? So you will get like this. In the right side, the green space is there, green, where you have to go, where if you click that one, you get change password. Suppose you want to change password, you can change. Otherwise, remain, let the same password be. Okay? So manage profile is there. You can just click that. You can, okay, you can change your, this one, suppose email ID have to be changed. You can change that. Edit, you can edit too. Or some other edit options are there. You can do that. Later you find. Okay? Then other one is change password and log out. Third. Okay. So you can edit your profile also, no problem. But what is the option is there, that much you could edit. You can't edit the entire thing. You can't edit your name. Then suppose you want to enter the new email, phone number, then Aadhaar linked phone number can be put. Aadhaar linked phone number. Okay. So this all will be there. Then here under academics, when you want to do course registration, academics, you have to go to academics, where course registration is there. Click that one. Course registration. That will be taken, for that class will be taken, separate demo will be given class-wise. Today just I tell you how could be done. Okay? You did not worry about, you may not understand now, but little idea I'll give you. Academics course registration. No problem. So it's not opening. When your course registration opens, you will get various courses. Okay, course 1, course 2, course 3, etc. You have to click whichever course you have taken. You have to click that, select that. Okay, and finally you have to give the submit. That demo will be given after around 15 days for you class-wise. There you do the course registration. Whichever course is studying, there are core subjects are there. Suppose you are studying, you have taken physics and chemistry or physics or maths. There are one chemistry, one theory paper will be the core subject and practical paper also there. And suppose physics and chemistry. Physics also one theory paper will be there and practical paper will be there. There are 4. So total credits will be 4 plus 2, 4 plus 2. Totally that is 12 credits will be over. Then second one is languages. one language will be English, one language, other language will be one other language, Hindi, Kannada, or any one of that, okay, other Indian languages. Then third one, SCC will be there, skill enhancement course. Then the open elective will be there. Totally credits will come 25 to 26. That will be given, I mean that idea will be given, demo will be given during your class hours. Okay, after 15 days, need not worry about that, how to do the course registration. Then, okay, so after doing the course registration, principal approval will be given. Principal approval will be given. Then after principal approval, will tell you, you check whether your registered course is correct or not. Every now and then you have to go and check this by using login ID in the UUCMS portal, whether course registered done is fine or not. You have to see the correct, whether titles or courses are correct or not, code number, subject code, everything. Okay, so that is one part. The second part is after IA, that is first test. IA components will be there will be test will be there will be assignment, there will be quiz, and second test will be there. Every after one component, marks will be entered into the IA marks will be entered into the UUCMS portal. You can check whether IA marks are given, whatever you scored and entered is correct or not. If not correct, immediately you have to report to the HOD of the subject HOD. Or suppose your chemistry HOD, you have to come and tell IA marks entered in the user portal is wrong. Okay, you have to report it. Then, and one more part is attendance part. Attendance parts also entered in the UUCMS portal. See, now it has opened here. So click here, course registration. It takes time, little time it takes. Okay, attendance part. So principal already told you. Academic dean, vice principal also already told you. And I also, okay, again I tell you, attendance less than 75% in each subject, each course, each subject, less than 75%. That means that your marks will not be entered into that subject into the UUCMS portal. Okay, that you should remember. Therefore, attendance should be more than 75%. Should be more than, because it is to be registered in the UUCMS portal. Therefore, attendance should be, it is more than 75%. Attendance also you can check it. Therefore, see that you attend every class, every day, unless and otherwise there is a genuine reason. Okay, genuine reason 25% that is there. You can skip one or two classes. No, don't skip more classes. So, okay, if it is required. Otherwise, don't skip the classes. Maintain attendance 75%. You have to come to college to study, just to see that you attend all the classes and get full attendance. Okay? So attendance also you can check in the UUCMS portal. Then final result also entered in the UUCMS portal. All tickets will be issued through the UUCMS portal, and other final C3 marks, C1, C2, IA marks. C3 marks is final examination marks, also entered into the UUCMS portal. You can check later on, okay, when it's end of the semester. Therefore, this is UUCMS, everything will go through the UUCMS portal only. Therefore, remember, so the time is over, I think. Okay, so just to see that you attend all the classes, try to attend all the additional classes, extracurricular activities and other things, fulfill all the course work, and try to be an excellent student from the college. Okay, thank you. God bless you.
Dear students, just an information. As you come on Monday, possessing the ID card is mandatory. It's in the process now getting ready. Final ID card will be given to you in a few days, probably not on Monday. So till then, today itself you collect a tentative, a provisional ID card which will be given to you from the respective departments. Those department representative faculties are here. HODs or respective department faculties. Kindly collect the provisional ID card of the students, cards of the students, and distribute them. And before you leave, don't forget to collect the provisional ID card. This is very much required. Otherwise, security, they will not allow you inside the campus. And permanent ID card will be issued to you later. So teachers, please collect it from Deep or Vivek. Okay. Now, our guest has already arrived. We'll proceed with the induction program.
A very good morning to one and all here. Today we are having Swarna Gauri Govindaraj, ma'am, who is enhanced knowledge in child psychology, abnormal psychology, adult counseling, marriage and family therapy from San Diego State University, USA. She has MSc in medical microbiology from Kasturba Medical College, Manipal, India. A BSc from National College, Bangalore. The Science of Wellbeing course from Yale University, USA. Bachelor Therapy, Certified Level 2 Therapist from UK. She is presently working at Manipal Hospital as a counselor in the Department of Clinical Psychology. Engaged with Optimum Health and Technology Private Limited, India as affiliate psychologist from May 2018, dealing with emotional and mental well-being for corporates. She has worked as a counselor in schools and soft skill trainer for colleges in Mysore. Also conducted workshops on self-transformation based on J. Krishnamurthy's teachings for more than 2 decades to the public in Tamil Nadu and in Karnataka as well. She's worked with Azim Premji Foundation, Bangalore, India, as a specialist people development involved in facilitation and training. Worked with Stimulus Consulting Private Limited in Bangalore, India, as a consultant and soft skill trainer. Conducted training programs on emotional and mental well-being, self-awareness, self-motivation, interpersonal skills, team building, enhanced personal productivity, time management, stress management, leading clients including HP, Honeywell, Quest, etc. She's volunteered in different capacities for 15 years at the Theosophical Society International Headquarters, Adyar, Chennai, India. She's worked as a microbiologist at Vision Research Foundation, Shankara Netralaya, Chennai, and St. Martha's Hospital, Bangalore, India. I welcome you, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Good morning to all of you. Yeah, is it okay? Yeah, I thank the organization for giving me this opportunity to share a few thoughts with all of you. I know it's been a big challenge for all of you, moving from school to college, yes? And I'm sure with all the COVID holding you back, you know, it's a lovely beginning that you want, looking forward to, right? So welcome you all for the courses, the respective courses that you are thinking of joining. It's very nice. This is a very nice opportunity and an occasion, an opportunity to flower to your full potential. That is very important. Okay? So, my topic that I chose was excellence in life. Now, there are two things in this. Excellence in life. So, is it your life or is it life per se? So, meaning to say, do we see excellence? Do we see perfection in life? Or are we trying to unfold ourselves to reach perfection? Right? But then if you see the second aspect, that there is excellence in everything that has life. Just to give you an example, if you take the life in the plants, if you take the life in animals, and if you see the perfection in nature, I'm sure we'll all be in awe, right? To see the amount of perfection that there is in nature. Whether it is, a tree or a plant or a flower which is high up in the mountains and deep down under the rocks, you see there is perfection in the flower, right? You see down below the ocean, any creatures in the ocean, and you find perfection there. So wherever there is life, there is perfection. And there is excellence in everything that it does. Now the question is, there is life in us also. Do we all agree that there is life in us? Otherwise we won't be sitting here, right? So there is life in us. But why isn't there that perfection that we are seeing in nature? That is the challenge. So how do we unfold this perfection? And what are the blocks that are preventing us from expressing our perfection? That is the challenge in our life. So school was a phase where you are knowing yourself, knowing your subject, right? But college is a phase where you are perfecting your skills and knowledge, right? So what is the personality? What is the personality? Is the personality such a solid thing that we don't change? Or do you think it is so flexible that we can always change? Definitely the personality is a constant change. Each one of us can change in so many ways. Now we are not just the body or the brain or the mind, okay? We are a holistic personality. A personality which is made up of 5 different components. Nice music. So what is the personality? Are we constantly facing change, which is a part of life? Change is a constant part of life. Now that you've moved from school to college, there is a big change. Now how do you adapt to this change is another challenge. Now the main question is, what is this personality made up of? Is it only the mind? And are we only supposed to be excelling in the mind? Or is there something else that we have to, uncover? So the personality is made up of 5 quotient. It is the personality quotient, the emotional quotient, the intellectual quotient, the mind quotient, and the spiritual quotient. So we are made up of 5 components. Now, what is the purpose of knowing all this? Yes, it is very important, because these, if you don't take charge of it, you're bound to find blocks in the personality. Now, we all know that in any profession, after you finish your courses and after you finish your post-graduation, in any job you go, your emotional quotients are very important. If you are disturbed mentally, you have a problem with your work, okay? So things like your emotions like anger, fear, jealousy, restlessness, irritation, all that can cause a problem in your relationship, and that in turn affects your studies. Science has moved to such an extent that the brain mapping has been done, and they have found out that all emotions can block your learning. So it is very important to know yourself much deeper. Now, to start with the personality quotient. So what is this personality? Each one of us have a personality which is shaped depending on your childhood. From your childhood, your personality is being shaped or molded. Okay? And now what happens is the way you think, the way you eat, the way you live your life, it's all going to affect either your progress or your deterioration. Now, why am I talking about all this? Because the brain and the mind, the mind and the body is so beautifully interlinked. It's so beautifully interlinked that anything happens to the body is reflected in the mind or the brain, and anything happens to the mind is reflected on the body. Just to give you a simple example, suppose you get up in the morning and say, what a beautiful day. Let me see what all I can achieve today. When you think, positively that let me see what all I can achieve today, then you have a different level of energy. But then if you start with saying, oh my God, what a boring day. I have to face this person, I have to face this subject, I have to face this, I have to do that. Immediately your energy level comes down. And when your energy level comes down, the body will also get depleted. Energy of the body also gets depleted. So the mind and the body is so beautifully interconnected that anything happens to the body is reflected on the mind. Like for example, if you have a disease, if you have an illness, the mind is not alert, the mind is not active, right? So it is very important to have a healthy body. Now what do we mean by a healthy body? I'm sure all of us feel we are healthy. No. The body should be vigilant, the body should be active, the body should be like a rope, the way you shake a rope, that is how active the body should be. Meaning to say, the amount of sleep you have, the food you eat, and the amount of exercise you give to your body, it's all going to keep either your body lazy or alert. And if the body is lazy, the mind also becomes lazy. It's so simple as all that. Now the question is, how important is the vigilance of the body? For example, it is very important to keep your body active. That is, improve the circulation of the blood in the body. So your sports are very important. Whether you are doing exercise, going for jogging, going for a walk, going to the gym, or doing some exercises at home, all that is very important. Why? It's to keep the body alert, to keep the body vigilant and active, so that there is a proper circulation in the brain and the body. Similarly, the time you sleep and the time you wake up should be constant. You cannot have late nights and early morning you have to come for college, and then you will have the spillover of not having good sleep, and therefore you can't give your attention to the class. So it is very important to have good sleep. They say at least 6 to 7 hours of sleep is required during your education, And yes, of course, children should need much more, 8 to 9 hours of sleep. Now, why? Because the moment you have good sound sleep, there's a lot of rejuvenation of the brain that takes place. The brain gets more and more active. I can go on with about the brain, but this is not the right time. Anyway, so it is important to have good sleep. It is important to prioritize all your work. Keep a time for everything in life. Don't neglect anything in life because everything is important. And when you're doing what you're doing, are you giving your full attention to what you're doing? That is very important. To give you a simple example, when we are brushing our teeth, are we brushing our teeth or are we thinking? When we are having our food, are we eating our food and enjoying our food, or are we thinking, or are we talking? When you are commuting to your workplace or to your college, are you thinking or are you alert? Because the more we live in the mind, the more you are decreasing your mental energy. Your mental energy is getting depleted and dissipated. Yes, the more you gossip, the more it will get depleted. So we have to conserve this mental energy. Why, ma'am, nothing is happening to me because I keep talking the whole day, but still I have so much of energy. The unfortunate part is this generation has moved from the physical level to the emotional level to the mental level. So much so, a child can easily learn the cell phone or play the video games or whatever it is. Why? Because the parents are already having a good education and therefore their nervous system is already tuned. And therefore the child can pick up in no time. Fortunately, we didn't have the cell phone in our younger days. I'm so happy because there's a lot of decrease in energy in your cell phones or your television and all the serials. Now what happens, there is a beautiful interaction going on in the brain. Meaning to say, when you're looking at a still image like this, the amount of impressions that are falling on the eye to the brain and your understanding is very simple. But if the image is constantly changing, then the impulses that have to be transmitted and for you to know what you are seeing and understand what you are seeing, there's a lot of energy that is required and a lot of hormonal secretion or transmitting substance that is required. Now what happens with our cell phones and television, there is a lot of change, constant change. And when you're constantly, looking into your social medias and all your, Facebook and things like that, your mind is always active. And when the mind is constantly trying to understand what you are seeing and what you are reading, that will deplete a lot of energy. Unfortunately, when, we in our 60s are wearing spectacles, but you will have specs and eye problems and headache and migraine in a very young age. Apart from that, it's fine if you use the cell phone as a tool for your studies. There is no problem. Like you are looking into your more advanced knowledge about your subject or your, or information that you want, it's fine. It's just a tool. But if you're constantly addicted to it, it becomes a feeling of insecurity. Like for example, when you see children near the bus stop or when, waiting for a friend, they are constantly, exploring in the cell phone. Why? It slowly becomes a crutch for insecurity. The more you are depending on it for happiness, the more you are becoming insecure. Otherwise, you don't feel secure at all. Okay? So, it depletes the energy. But if you use it as a tool only to increase your knowledge, then it becomes more effective and you increase your energy. So please be careful how much we are addicted to the cell phone or to the television and how much you're depleting your own mental energy, which is going to in turn reflect on your studies. Okay? So the personality, which is the physical body, has to be active. So figure out some sports or some activity where we are doing it on a constant basis, right? The second thing is the right food. Yes, it has to be very nutritious with lot of vegetables, fruits and dry fruits and things like that, so that you get all your minerals and vitamins and proteins. Yes, apart from that, good sleep and rest. Rest to the mind, not a constant activation of the mind. That is very important. So the personality, if it is healthy, then of course you are bound to have a healthy mind. Now the question of emotions. We are all very, very emotional people, I must say. Very few, I can say, are not emotional. Why? We are constantly getting irritated, either impatient, have fear, have insecurity, or we have anger. We're constantly getting these emotions. So what happens? Unfortunately, in the brain, we have an emotional center and the learning center very close to each other. So the more your emotions get activated, the more the learning comes down. So if you want to be smart in your subject and get good at your subject, you have to have an emotional equilibrium. That is called emotional management. And what is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is how sensitive you are in order to understand others' emotions and know when to draw the line and what help is required. So emotional management and emotional intelligence go hand in hand, and that is very important to create a sensitive individual and also to improve your education. So the learning center, to become more and more alert and more active, you should have lesser emotions. And emotions are anger, fear, jealousy, irritation, restlessness, impatience, all that. So what do we do when I already have anger? What do I do for my anger? If you notice that all thinking increases your emotions, whether it is restlessness, whether it is irritation, all thinking increases your emotions. So first thing is, stop analyzing or judging yourself or another person, okay? Be aware of your own reactions that you experience in your relationship. That is very important, to be aware of how you are taking your reactions to the society outside. Okay, it's a rainy day. What a boring day. That's another reaction. It's a very bright sunny day. Oh my God, I don't like the heat. So how are we reacting? Your parents say something or your lecturers say something. How are we reacting to it? That is very important. So constant observation or self-awareness is very important, not only in your college, but also when you go to your workplace. If you are not self-aware, you can never be assertive in life. And what is assertiveness? The more you develop your self-awareness, the more assertive you are. Otherwise, your aggression takes over. You become more and more violent, or you become very docile and timid in nature. Why is it that not good? Being timid in nature is also not good. Why? Because you are reacting inside. I should not speak, I should not talk, I should not, do this, do that, but I want to do it, right? So there is a conflict within your own self, which is also bringing about your emotions. So whether you are aggressive in nature or whether you are timid in nature, it is going to bring about emotional reactions in your body and mind. And as I told you, the mind and the emotions and the learning center being very close is going to affect your learning capacity. Apart from this is your mind. That is the personality. Your personality quotient, emotional quotient, and your intellectual quotient. Then the mind quotient. What is the intellect? Is it the same as intelligence or is it something different? Yes, intelligence is increasing knowledge, increase in skill development, mastering your knowledge and skill, and going beyond it such that you bring about creativity. That is called intelligence. According to Ken Robinson, he has said that intelligence can be of different kind. It's called multiple intelligence. You can develop intelligence through your personality, meaning getting good at sports. You can develop your intelligence by a skill. It is swimming or music or anything like that, or writing a book or writing a poem. You can develop your intelligence. You can develop intelligence in the IT industry, right? You can develop your intelligence in kinesthetic, meaning being very good in your presentation or your dramatization and things like that. So intelligence is nothing but knowing more and more about the subject, mastering the subject and getting very good at the subject, so much so that it becomes like drinking water. It's like the fish, swimming in the water, or a bird in a flight, where the skill is in action and not the personality in action. That means you get so good at the job on hand that you have mastered it, and that is where creativity comes into play. What is creation actually? Where if you are a musician, a new rhythm, a new song, or a new composition can come into existence when you love what you are doing. So it is very important not only to have knowledge, but to master and go beyond mastery when you love the subject you are doing. That is what you see happening in the past. Like example is Beethoven. I'm sure you've all heard of Beethoven and how good he was with his piano and his creativity. That's so much so when the best symphony or the music piece came out, that was the time he was both blind as well as didn't have auditory capacity. He couldn't hear, but his love for music was so deep that he could compose a beautiful symphony even being handicapped. Okay? Then you have the love for music in Mozart. You have love for mathematics in Srinivasa Ramanujan, right? Who went so deep in mathematics that even till today we are trying to figure out what are the theorems and how they have been structured, right? So love for music, love for science, love for mathematics, love for art, love for, instruments, anything you can do only when you love the subject, go deep into it and master it. So that is intelligence, where you come to a point where you bring about creativity. Then talking of the mental quotient. Now what is the mental quotient? Mental quotient is how stable you are at every point of time. Meaning to say, when you're brushing your teeth, are you actually giving attention and experiencing the brushing of the teeth? Or when you're having your food, are you fully giving attention to what you are doing at every point of time? It's not required. I can do multitasking without giving attention. Multitasking drains out your energy. Why? Because the mind is constantly working and hopping from one thing to another. Just like, playing video games. It's not going to help you, but instead it's going to deplete your mental energy. So what is important is to train the mind and create a mindset such that it is completely with what you are doing at every point of time. And then you notice you're going to have excellence in everything you do. Whether it is simple tasks like cooking, cleaning, or it could be a difficult task like, activities, sports, music, or even your subject of choice that you have taken. So it is very important when your mind is totally with what it is doing. Now we tell children, I'm sure you all have this experience in school, they said you give 20% of attention and you absorb only 20%. But if you give 50%, you absorb 50%. But if you give 100%, you are nearing 100% in your absorption. So that means to say, the more attention you give, the more you understand, the better the subject becomes, understanding of the subject becomes, and therefore you get good at your work. So how well is the mind set such that it gets excellence and perfection in everything you do? So basically, students, it is not just the studies. The mind, if it is hopping all the time, at every point of time, it is going to be hopping even when you want to study. You will be thinking of, where to go, what to talk to your friends, where to go with your friends, which movie to go, things like that. Why? Because when you are studying, the mind can run, because your mind is running at every point of time. So we are actually living in the mind and not living in the here and now. That is why the Lord Buddha said that we are living robots. Not actually living, but we are robots. Why? Because we are doing everything mechanically, not giving our full attention. But when you give your full attention and use your mind in that attention, then you notice your work will be excellent. So that is a mindset that you have to create at every point of time in life. It doesn't matter what you do. It is a mindset that we have to create. So this is very important, because going forward, the mind will constantly get disturbed at every point of time. Suppose your friend doesn't call you, you are disturbed. Suppose your parents have said something, you are disturbed. Suppose your lecturers have said something and you are disturbed. Right? So if a mind is constantly disturbed, it is not going to be productive at all. Right? So it is important to see whether there is any truth in what the other person is saying. If there is any truth in what the other person is saying, learn from it. But if there is no truth in what the other person is saying, drop it. Stop thinking about it, because your mind is much more precious than what the other person has said. Okay? So it is important for us to keep a constant, stable mind. A mind which is quiet, a mind which is composed, a mind which can focus 100% in everything that you are doing. Because going forward, in whatever job you take up, everything is going to become monotonous. Whether it is IT job, whether it is a lecturer's job, whether it is a research work, whatever job you do, it's going to become monotonous. But how you look at it, how you face it, that is the challenge. How can you take everything new in life? That is the challenge. Because frankly speaking, every point of time is a new point of time. It is a new day, it is a new time, and it is a new point of time. This moment will not come again. Right? Whatever happened in the morning will not come again. Whatever happened yesterday will not come again. The only reality is this point of time. And can we look at this point of time with a totally fresh mind? Only then you find everything is new and everything becomes a joy. So it is very important for us to be in the moment and look afresh, even to your friends, even to your parents, even to your lecturers. You may be knowing your friend from your childhood days, but still you must look at them as though you don't know anyone. You don't know anything about the other person. Then you will enjoy everyone's presence and every job. But if you are not looking afresh, then the mind takes over, then you find everything is boring. Everything gets monotonous and everything gets boring in life. So it is very important to look afresh, such that the mind is totally anew, because in reality the point of time is also a new point of time. It is not difficult. We've all gone through this phase. I'm sure when you were children, your mind had not taken control over you, right? So it was only your senses which were very sharp. Your eyes, your ears, your nose, your tongue, those senses were very sharp, and therefore there was so much of joy in the child. You see, in children below 5 years, everyone are bubbling with energy and they are always joyful. Why? Because the mind has not taken over. But as you grow older, you find the mind takes over and everything becomes boring. You are not looking afresh. So all that you have to do is use your mind as a tool. Use your mind as a tool for learning, for communication, for activities. But internally, the mind should be very calm and very fresh. It's only then you can enjoy your friends as well as your company, as well as your parents, as well as your, surrounding, whether it is in college or at work. So lastly, there is the spiritual quotient. What about the spiritual quotient? That is the life energy. That we said in the beginning, the life energy which is there in everything in nature, whether it is plants, animals, or in the insects and the aquatic animals, you find there is perfection in everything. And what is it that is blocking us in order to become perfect? Is your laziness, is your procrastination, or your boredom of life, or your emotions, or your mind having its own blocks. So it is very important to be focused and get good at everything you do. It's not only studies, but everything we do, we have to get good at it. And only when you give 100% to everything you do, you can give 100% to your studies also. So please don't get disturbed and get good at what you're doing, and the results will follow automatically. Your marks will come, your name, fame, everything will come automatically. Okay, so I hope this is a motivating session for all of you, and I'm happy to share these thoughts with you. Thank you. Any help you require, I'm a counselor at Manipal Hospital, so you can always come down, and if you have any issues, whether with your emotions or your learning capacities, you can always come and take help. Thank you.
Do you have any questions to the resource person for today? Any questions from any one of you? Okay. It was indeed a very nice talk about sound body and sound mind, the importance of it. Very well explained by ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am, for the beautiful session. Thank you very much. On behalf of the college management, I request you to accept a small token of appreciation. I request our academic dean to do the honors. The other dignitaries kindly join in. Thank you all. We'll break for a small tea break now, and we'll be back by another 10 minutes. We'll gather back in the indoor stadium here because we have quite a few more sessions left. So let's break for tea and gather back in another 10 minutes. Thank you.
BSc students, please stay back. BSc and BCA. ಹಾಂ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ತರ್ತೀನಿ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ತರ್ತೀನಿ.
Baba.
Any BCA students who have not collected your ID cards, you can come and contact us immediately.
What's your name? I request all the students to get into the indoor stadium. Please get inside. I request the faculty members to help the students to settle down quickly. Our next session for the day is by the Controller of Examination, Mrs. Lydia Vandana Madam. She will be briefing you about the examination system and reforms in evaluation. Over to you, ma'am.
Good morning, dear students and parents. Good morning. Why the moment examination comes, no voice is coming out? Yes. Good morning. I think people have not had your tea. No glucose has been pumped into you through the biscuits. Okay, myself, Lydia Vandana. I belong to PG Department of Biochemistry as well as the Controller of Examinations. So I am here to tell you that how important is your examinations. Why are you also should consider examination so important right from the beginning. Because you have just come from the PUC, you know an annual examination scheme, in between some assignments, it has to be given and you are done with that, but here it is not going to happen. Yesterday, the Nagarajara sir, when in his presentation he mentioned, before you could close and open your eyes, exams are going to be there right in front of you, because you are going to be a part of semester examination scheme. So, what are the components we have got? How it is going to be scheduled? And how are you supposed to be accomplished to the beats of your semester scheme? That is what I am here to facilitate you people. So what is the role of examination section? What is that examination department is going to take care of? So basically we are going to conduct end semester examinations as well as supplementary examination, declaration of the results. So annually in a semester, usually we have got internal assessment examinations, then end semester examination. If there is any failure candidates are there, for them, along with the regular end semester examination, there are 2 more examinations we are going to give. That is known as makeup examination and supplementary examination. Now, what is the difference between a makeup examination and a supplementary examination? Supplementary is if you have been failed in a subject which happens to come either on the semester 1 and 3 or 5, 1, 3, 5, then the next examinations, you have been eligible to take up the examinations related only to 1, 3 and 5 semesters. But makeup examination is not such thing where you can appear for examinations from 1 to 6 semester. That's an advantage. So, per semester, we have a scheme where we have got a provision to be given for the students, okay, with respect to 3 different schemes. Now, the second one is preparation of the semester timetables. The same thing holds good even with internal assessment too. Then issuing of the marks card. As an autonomous college, the entire examination work will be taken care by the examination office. Only the declaration of the degree, that is what you call it as a convocation certificate, only that will be issued by University of Mysore. So what we are doing is issuing the marks card, consolidation, what you call the concept of transcript. Okay, overall, okay, performance or aggregate, grading points particular students have been accumulated. All those details you are going to get it in the consolidated marks card. Then, once you pass the program and you go, you will be given with a degree certificate after minimum completion of 240 days. Till then, you need to apply for your higher studies. Okay, you need a certificate which equally holds good like your degree certificate. That is nothing but the provisional degree certificate that will be issued to the outgoing students. Okay, so that is valid till you have been given with your convocation certificate or degree certificate. Then we have been in charge for conducting the convocation on behalf of the university. Then we facilitate the constitution of Board of Examiners, then the centralized valuation with respect to internal assessment as well as the end semester examination. Then if any student indulge in malpractice, the final decision on the malpractice will be taken by the malpractice committee. The members from various deans, heads of the department and academic heads and representative from management, they are going to be there. So their decision is final, whether to allow for the particular candidate. Regarding the malpractice, I am going to elaborate little later. Then there is initiation. For example, internal assessment components may differ from department to department, but to initiate the changes that are going to happen with respect to the evaluation system and examination system in concern with the academic council will be facilitated from the examination section. Now, we have sufficient information about what are the different papers we have got, what is the importance of choosing a hardcore paper, importance of choosing a core paper, elective papers and all. So now we are going to see what are the different modes of evaluation that have been practiced in our place. We have got 2 important phases of evaluation. One is the formative assessment, other one is the summative assessment. Formative assessments are nothing but continuous comprehensive assessment, that is what you call it as. The word continuous is what is something has to be stressed on. You just can't say that I will score in the main examination. Though I'll be showing the next slide, what is the weightage given for individual component. Okay, it is up to you. It is that little hard work and your seriousness towards the examination. You need not struggle at the end moment. You can have all the internal assessment specified. For example, you have been given with 20 marks. Okay, to prepare for 10 marks each semester exam or C1 or C2, you can have your 20 marks in your pockets ready before you enter the final examination. People don't neglect internal assessments, because I have seen some students losing their paper because of 1 mark difference. Nothing can be done. I have lost in only 1 mark because you have neglected. So, take things very seriously. The formative assessments include continuous comprehensive assessment, where internal assessment written test. Okay, you have got C1 test and C2 test. I'll be showing when the C1 is going to be scheduled tentatively and C2 will be scheduled, and what are the other components that fall under the category of formative assessment. Next, the other components of CCA, that is continuous comprehensive assessment, includes assignment, presentations, seminars, field trips, maybe group studies, or problem solving skills. It depends on the individual teacher, okay, and depends on the department, okay, what are the other components are going to be given. To your kind attention that these formative assessments are compulsory. You cannot neglect, it is compulsory. There is no minimum marks a candidate should score with respect to internal assessment. It so happens that the particular candidate is absent, not able to come, not able to score a minimum marks. The person should or can compensate the entire 40% that is eligible for pass only through the main examination, that is the end semester examination. But scoring 40%, it is really Hercules task if it is not a prepared one. Okay, so don't ever neglect the internal assessment tests. Okay, next, a student is expected to attempt all the components. Then summative assessment is nothing but the end semester examinations. So both written IA test and end semester exams are centralized, where timetable is going to be announced well in advance, and accordingly the arrangements are made. So formative assessment, what is the time scale? So C1 is usually scheduled between the 8th week after the commencement of your course or a program. Then C2 will be near 14th to 16th week will be scheduled. So these are the theory components. We have got theory based papers and fully practical based papers. Some we have got a combination of theory and practical papers, where for the C1 the percentage of distribution of the marks goes like this, where written test 10, assignments 10%. Then for C2 also you have got a written test as well as quiz, presentation and industrial visit, depending upon the type of the teacher decision who is handling the paper. Whereas for the practicals, okay, we have got practical test for C1. Look at the weightage. Okay, whereas C2 practical test with the record. What happens here, the 60-40, whatever the ratio it is shown for theory, the 40% you have to secure from the internal assessment. The remaining 60 weightage will be given to the end semester examination. Whereas in the practicals, there is an equal weightage given between internal assessment and end semester examination with respect to 50-50. Now, examination pattern. Here, end semester's examination with the subjects without practicals, it is scheduled for 2.5 hours. Okay, the maximum weightage will be 60. Again, it depends on the type of the course it has been offered to you. Whereas with the practical papers, theory, it is 2.5 hours. For practicals, it is 3 hours. Maximum weightage of marks given for theory is 60, and maximum marks given for the practicals is going to be 50. Now, coming to the actual point, your eligibility to take up the examination. Just before the session would begin, Principal Sir in his address, he told that 75% attendance is compulsory, or else if you don't have attendance, you are not eligible to get the hall ticket. Okay, that is something you people have to keep in mind. Now, what happens? Sometimes you are there with some problem that you are not able to come to attend any internal assessment test or not. Maybe a medical reason is there or something happens. Okay? We have a provision, but with only valid documents you will be allowed to take the retest. Okay? Now, simply you are taking a leave or a off saying that, chalta hai, I will score in final examination, I don't want to write. Okay? At the last moment, if you keep on doing this one, finally, you will be the victim. So, don't ever, okay, misuse the opportunities that has been given to you. Okay? So, the timetable for C1, C2 internal assessment test as well as the end semester examinations will be announced well in advance. Now, where to check? You should keep on checking the college website, as well as we have a notice board. Yesterday, were you able to see the examination office? You are not allowed inside, at least from the outside. You all have come to the admission block, right? You came for admission. Right the way you enter, you get the first security check gate. Towards the left side of that, we have a examination section. We have a notice board. All queries related to examinations. We have a help desk. You can approach. Okay? So even the timetables of internal assessment as well as the end semester examinations are going to be notified there. As I told, if any student is being himself or herself is absent for particular thing, only in the internal assessment you have a provision with a valid document to come and appear within the given stipulated time. If you are absent for end semester examination, you are supposed to take up the immediate upcoming examination. Okay? There you can write. The make-up examination is also been given to you all with this respect, where you are not deprived from an opportunity to write a examination immediately. Okay? Next, in case of malpractice, I told you, if you have been caught for an examination at the last paper, all the exams you have written previously is going to be nullified. If you are caught somewhere in between, your further examinations are not allowed to write. Finally, the decision is going to be in the committee. We have a malpractice committee. Their decision is going to be finalized. No influence, no bringing the parents and not informing the parents, or bringing someone else as parents and coming to talk to the heads of the institute. Please don't do that. Once you are booked under the malpractice, the serious action is going to be taken. So we don't want any one of you to be there in that list. I hope so. Next, we have a student portal. Just like sir explained today morning regarding the UUCMS, we have a student portal. That's what your ERP and all, where you are supposed to know about your internal assessments, okay, as well as your results are also can be checked using the student portal. Okay, and the next we have got, there's something very important, that is the scribe. If we have any student who is visually challenged, disability, if it is there, and with a due submission of the certified copies with a request letter, you have been given a chance to bring the scribe. But today, 9:30 you have an examination. Don't come 9 o'clock asking for this facility. Anything you want to approach, there should be a proper channel where a request letter. Even when you are absent for internal assessment, you are supposed to meet the concerned heads of the department. They will guide you what it has to be done. Okay? Prior permission has to be taken, And any component that you have not written, whether it is internal assessment, assignment or something is not done, don't expect teachers to come behind you. It is your duty that you are absent, you have not given, that you are supposed to go and meet the teachers and request. The next thing is, for example, now you have been having an ambiguity after the results have been announced. What to do? From the examination office, we are giving a provision for photocopy seeing and re-evaluation with collection of a nominal fees. Okay? After the declaration of the results, within 3 days, we will be notifying what is the procedure to apply for re-totaling and photocopy. And those who wish to appear for make-up examinations or supplementary examinations, you are also will be given a provision to prepare for your examination, because we have few foreign national students also. Visa problem is there, you have come from there, you want to finish your examinations and go. So the exams will be notified immediately. And the protocols, how to apply, we have a provision to apply the online. So through that, you can go ahead. This is related to the examination part of it. Clear? Any doubts? Nothing? It's a request. Do not neglect internal assessments. I know you will prepare for final examination, but most of you are least bothered about internal assessment. So it's a request from my end. Don't neglect. Later, don't come with the parents and ask, what can be done now? Then nothing can be done at the end. So concentrate, plan well. Each and every component of internal assessment is important for your scoring, only for your benefit. With this, thank you very much for patiently hearing to me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lydia ma'am. The controller of examination has given you a lot of inputs on the internal aspect and internal examination, your IA components, and as well as the final examination that you will be writing. From yesterday, you are listening to 2 aspects which are repetitive by the principal and the vice principal and by the controller as well, wherein they are going on telling you all 75% attendance is mandatory. That is the first thing that you need to keep in your mind. And secondly, your IA component, internal marks, which is very, very important. It is 60-40 pattern. 60 marks you will be your end semester and 40 marks is your internal marks. So please do concentrate on these 2 aspects, your attendance as well as your academics. Both are very important. I think it's already being emphasized over and over again so that you will get to know the heat of it. So now from yesterday you have listened to your course design, you have seen how the examinations are conducted, what are the various facilities that we have in our college, you have seen to it through the campus tour. So what next? What else is left out? We have a competitive exam cell in our college, wherein the students are being trained by professionals for various competitive exams. We have the coordinator of the competitive examination cell, Dr. Purnima AP, who will be briefing you about the various exams for which the students are trained. Over to you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, students. So myself, Dr. Purnima, coordinator of competitive examination cell and HOD of Hindi. So BEAD. Can you understand Hindi? How many can understand Hindi? Yeah. What do you mean by BEAD? BEAD क्या होता है? Okay. So BEAD आपको हिम्मत देती है, लेकिन आपसे पहचान छीन लेती है. What does it mean? When you are in group, when you are going in a flow, it will give you the courage to go along with them, but it will take away your identity. So, what is the importance of coaching for the competitive examinations? Competitive examinations, you all know that so many of you have faced CET and NEET, I think. Many of you have tried. You have tried your best. So, competitive examinations are there after graduation also. But for the preparation, it should start from the day one, when you start your graduation. What are the competitive examinations are there? How many are there? If you see, there are 3 types. One is the competitive examination for the central government exams. If you go through the websites, government portals, UGC website or other websites, you can see n number of central government exams. Most of the Karnataka central government exams are taken away by North Indians. Why? Because we are only concentrating on education, not on our career. So from day one, if you start for the preparation, or else some students will make a mistake that after graduation, they will start to prepare for the competitive exams. This is a drawback. From day one, if you concentrate what is the syllabus, what is the eligibility, what is the criteria, what is the strategy to crack that exams, you can definitely do. One more thing is, number of students will go behind hard work. They will not remember about the smartness. Smartness is more required than the hard work nowadays. So when you are cracking a rock in different angle, that is waste of time and waste of energy. So you should know where to crack and how to crack. So that is the strategy of competitive exams. Why you need coaching? If we give the same question paper to your home, you can solve it within 3 hours, 3.5 hours. You all know how to solve those questions. Mathematical aptitude, you know, I think. You can solve the LCM, HCF part. You can solve the labor and the clock, algorithms, all those things. But the strategy is, within 1 minute you have to answer those questions. What is the shortcut way to solve those problems? So, all these things, if you come through the coaching, you can solve it easily. So first thing, what I said is, central government post, railways, LIC, insurance, and most of the bank jobs are central government. You can apply, there is a eligibility criteria, after graduation you can apply, but you have to go through some competitive coaching by yourself or by some mentors to crack those exams. Second one is state level competitive exams. The national level is UPSC also. Some of you are having the aspiration that you are going to crack UPSC. It's not a small journey, but you need some courage and some planning. Okay? Most of your parents will definitely support for that. And then state government exams, as I said, many of the 6 lakh posts will be called every year. How much? 6 lakh. And our students, definitely, if they try properly, they can definitely crack those exams also. So, one more thing is, after graduation, if you want to go for the higher education, you need to crack some exams like PGCET for your PG exams and many more exams which I am going to tell now. So all these 3 categories, central government and state government and your higher education examination, that is entrance exams, you need to go through a proper coaching classes. So with some committee members, we are having a competitive examination cell in the administrative block, room number 16. You can approach me for any guidance. Okay. So now we can see here what are the questions usually asked. That is quantitative aptitude. Okay. Quantitative aptitude they may ask. You may have gone through these things in your school and college days. Time and work, pipes and cisterns, speed, time, distance, train, boats, all these things you have gone through, I think. Next, sir. This is logical reasoning, coding, decoding, blood relations, directions, Venn diagrams, sillograms, and cube and dices, non-verbal series. All these things will be a part of any exam. If you want to work at Infosys after your graduation, you need to crack paper 1, where all this logical reasoning, mathematical aptitude, and English verbal, that is analytical ability is also there, statement and assumptions, critical reasoning, comprehensions, data interpretations, many more things you need to do. So many study materials are available at wherever you want to purchase. Many are at onlines, many are following YouTubes, no? To crack those exams, but you need some mentoring. Okay, so that mentoring we can provide because we have a tie-up with many academies. The teachers are not going to teach you. Academy people will come here to teach you. One is Time Academy. You may have heard Time Academy. Have you heard? Time Academy. So they are professionals and they have a MOU with our college. They are going to train you for the following courses like PGCET, MBA and MCA, MCOM, then banking, insurance, UPSC and many more examinations. CAT, MAT, GMAT you have heard. These are the national level examinations. For this you need more and more mathematical aptitude. So that will be covered from the Time Academy. The total duration will be of 3 months and 6 months courses. So there, after the college hours, that is after 4:30, or else on your weekends, Saturday afternoon and Sunday, we will have those classes. Those who are interested, really they can join. Thanks, sir. Yeah. Central government jobs, as I told. Can you zoom it, sir? From left. Can you zoom it, sir? Okay, I can mail you if you want. Okay. So, Submit Academy is the another academy which we have tie-up. We have tie-up with the 4 academies. One is Time, second one is Submit Academy. Submit Academy will take over for the KES, IPS examination coaching and for NET and KSET also. After PG, you have to go through KSET and NET. If you have heard about this examination, National Level Eligibility Test, NET, and then KSET, okay, State Level Eligibility Test. So these 2 are the examinations which were taken by the Submit Academy. Next is Saraswat Academy. They are very much, they have been molded for cracking crash courses. Crash courses you have gone through, I think, CET crash courses, many of you have gone through. So crash courses means within 1 month or 1.5 months they are going to make a syllabus and they will follow up all the syllabus within that time limit, okay? And you will be provided with the MCQs and mock tests, weekly mock test. IELTS exam, have you heard? IELTS? Have you heard about this exam? What is this? Foreign entrance examination. You know, you have to score more than 7.5 or 8 to go for abroad for your studies, further studies or for your career. No? So for this examination also we are providing IELTS online classes because Mysore offline classes we have tried, but we are okay with the Mumbai online classes. Daily 2 hours for 1.5 months they are going to train you for IELTS examinations. This is the first batch in our college. They are going through the IELTS examination. 2 students have taken now. We will see what will be the result. So 4 academies, Time and Submit Academy, Saraswat Academy and IELTS, all these academies, we have MOU with them, we have tie-up with them. The resource persons will be from Mumbai, Bangalore, from Delhi, for the coaching. They are coming for the coaching classes. Even Mysore also, 15 resource persons are there who are from other academies like Ramakrishna Mission. Have you heard? Ramakrishna Mission. From there also people are coming. Professor Chandrasekhar. Today he is taking the PGCET classes. So this is the wide view what I am giving you. Other than this, I can suggest you, everyone has to take competitive examination to know where you are, what is your strength and what is your weakness. If you think that we are very inferior to others, we can't crack, that will be your foolishness. Once you go through any competitive examination, you will know what your potential, how you can improve. Okay, your reasoning ability will improve, your mathematical ability will improve, accordingly your general knowledge will also improve. When you are seeing your social media, most of you are addicted to social media, I think, no? So, Instagram or Facebook, there also many academies and competitive examination portals are there. Okay, you can go through it, how to crack, how to know, and we with 10 faculties, we will help you out how to crack all those exams. So after graduation, what else you can do, that also we can guide you. Okay? Not only science students have to take these examinations, not only commerce students have to take all these PG courses. Other than that, whatever you can achieve after your completion of graduation, we will guide you. So keep in mind that competitive examination cell is at room number 16, administrative block. Myself, my Dr. Purnima Umesh, and we with the 10 faculties, we will always be available for your guidance. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your motivational speech wherein you spoke so high about the mind of the youth over here. Where there is a will, there is always a way. Exactly. Make the best use of all the facilities that are there in our college. Student life is a golden life. It's up to you to shape up. Right? So we are done with the competitive examination cell info also. What next? What else is left out? Of course, the placements, which is very important, right? So we have our PRO, Ms. Nitya, who will be briefing you about the placement cell and also about the various opportunities that you can tap on. Over to you, ma'am.
Hello. Very good morning to all of you. I think it's good afternoon, right? Yeah, okay. So very good afternoon to all of you. My name is Nitya Johnson and I'm working here as the PRO and Placement Officer. So before we get into the session, I just want to do one small activity with you all, okay? Nothing much. All of you have to just take out your left hand, point it front and draw a circle. Can you do that? Everyone, left hand, draw a circle. Teachers can also join in. Everyone who's present here can join in, okay? Easy, simple enough. Draw a circle, everyone, okay? Okay, now we take our right hand and we draw a square. Okay? Simple, not very difficult, right? Now I want you to do both at the same time. Little more complicated, right? Who is able to do it? Okay, we have a very competent competitive exams teacher and she's be able to do this also. Okay. For anyone did find it difficult? Try it once again. Keep trying it. Try it. Only when you try it, you'll get it. Try it. Okay? Okay. So, this was just a small, it's called a brain gym activity. What it does is it stimulates both hemispheres of your brain. You know your brain has two sides, right? So it just stimulates both hemispheres, so your brain works a little better, okay? So, like I said, my name is Nitya, and I am going to be presenting on the placement cell and career guidance, okay? One small thing from what you did right now is that there were some of you who are trying it, some of you who never tried it at all, and some of you, after you tried a few attempts, you got it, right? Life is that, just that much. When you try something and put your effort to it, you will definitely be able to do it. With practice, you can definitely get there. Saying that, let us move forward. Okay, so this is what we'll be going through, okay, in our today's presentation. First is, what is the placement and career guidance cell? You all may be thinking that, okay, you know, in the third year is when I have to think about placement and career guidance, because right now it's just for me to enjoy my college life. I don't really have to pay much attention to, you know, placement, because that happens only in third year. But that is a wrong concept, because just like Purnima ma'am said, each and every day has a difference, and it changes the way you think, changes the way you behave. So each day, if you are putting in your effort, you'll definitely make it. What we do in the placement and career guidance cell is to help you throughout your course. Not just in training and helping you get a proper placement with certain, package, and you want to earn that much money. It's not just that. It's also about overall development. Your careers are not just a single thing that you do. Most people here, along with studying a certain subject, you all are dancers, you all are musicians, you all are artists, you all are sportsmen, sportswomen. Everything plays a part in who you are, and your career is one of the biggest identification that you have. So that is why you have to work each day in order to get there. Now, just like I said, the placement and career guidance cell, what we do is we provide you the opportunities. Everything that comes to us is open to you all. The only thing that you have to do is just, you know, give a response to it. So, where is the placement cell? It is room number 1. I don't think that's very hard to know, right? Room number 1, administrative block. If you come there regarding any queries, I will be sure to help you out. So, all you have to do is the first step. So, where is the placement cell? Where is it? Room number? I can hear very few people say. Room number? Okay, great. So, that is my email ID and phone number. Any point of time, I will display this in the last also. Any point of time regarding any queries regarding your careers, you want to know more about a training opportunity that is there, or you want to bring in something for yourself and your classmates, you can always give me a call. I will be ready to help you. Okay? Now, the wings of the cell. What and all are the things that we do in the cell? 3 things. One is placement and recruitment. Second is training and internships. And third is career guidance. Now, what entails each cell? Placement and recruitment is all the opportunities that come from Infosys, from Wipro, all the things that come regarding, you know, oh, we want to hire your students for our company. All that comes under placement and recruitment. So that will be, it's like a link between you students and the companies. That's it, okay? The second one, training and internships. Internships are more course-specific. So sometimes as an individual, I will not be aware of all the courses that you all have, right? All the subjects that you all have, I will not be aware of everything. So, if you have an internship requirement, you can come and just approach me. I will not know that, oh, you have an internship requirement and I have to provide this. So, if you are not getting any response from the placement cell regarding it, just approach me. I will try finding out opportunities for you all. So, the main point of this is communication. If you require something, you can always approach me. Training is all CSR initiatives from different companies that are there every single company has CSR initiatives. They also want to train y'all and then recruit y'all. That is like a very common recruitment strategy right now. So they want to train y'all for some time and then recruit. So if you haven't finished the training, they will say you're not eligible for the recruitment. So the most important thing regarding that is, if you are interested in a particular company, if they are offering you a training from our side, take it up. It may seem like, oh, this training doesn't seem like it's going to help me. They're just talking about aptitude skills, or they're just talking about life skills, or they're just talking about soft skills. Why do I need all this? If you think like that, then that entire opportunity you will lose out on. So, okay, you might know it, but just take it up. That training certificate can, open up avenues for more opportunities. Lastly, career guidance. Now this is a little more individual specific. The other two are more course specific, and most people in that particular course will get that opportunity. Career guidance is very individual, and according to me, it is something that is quite important, because we are all still figuring out our career. If you ask me right now, what do I want to become? I still don't know. But am I working somewhere? Yes, I am. So career is something that you have to keep doing different things to figure out what you actually want and then get somewhere. So instead of being so blank without any idea or any guide or any route to go, the career guidance cell will help you figure it out by understanding you and making you understand yourself. So according to me, all these three are important, but the career guidance is a little more individual specific. So any point of time, if you feel this course is not something I'm able to understand, or do I have to pursue this, or can I pursue something else, you can always approach. The career guidance cell will help you figure out how you can take up all your interests and talents together along with your employment opportunities that you are getting. Okay? Now, what are the plans ahead? What have we planned for y'all in the next coming 3 years? So this is a company called Jeevitam. What they do is a livelihood, sustainable approach to employment. They want to create a system of, like a system of livelihood within the college. So you will have placement reps from each of your classes who will help you out in different things, who will communicate to me and to the organization about what are the requirements, and also get internship certificates or something from the Jeevitam side. So things like this is always an exposure for yourself, and it will be very important in terms of employability. In your CVs, if you just write, I was working as the internship coordinator, or I was working as the placement rep, that adds a lot to your, your character, and also your resume is more out there. Okay. This Skills Connect is an Government of Karnataka initiative. It's from the Skill Development Corporation of Karnataka. What they have done is they have created an online platform where every student can register, and every company has also registered. So if you upload your CV or resume, it will note down all the things that are there in your CV, and it will provide you the opportunities that you can apply for, which is a pretty good initiative, and only if you utilize it, it will help you. So my suggestion would be everyone to just go ahead and just look at Skills Connect, what it is. If right now, I know you all are having a lot of information, you might forget what was this also. You can just come and approach me, room number 1. Anytime, for anything, I will always be there to help you out. So this is the website. Infidelight is another organization in Karnataka, in Mysore. What they do, they want to provide you training and then provide you recruitment. So when companies like this come, you have to be open to their training. You can't say, no, I will not take their training and I just want the job. That will be a little difficult. Okay? So opportunities like this, please utilize. Then this is also another, I think I missed out on one. Okay. This is also a storytelling initiative. This is a very interesting company. So their training is going to happen in the next few months. We are going to bring it out. So what they do is they train you for 2 days. And if you are finished your training for those 2 days, you will be available, you will be open to their recruitment. And their company seems very interesting. So just look at it, okay? It's called Archive. It's a storytelling company, okay? Another one is 7 Sense. They also have different companies under them who have signed MOUs with them. So when you take up their training, all the opportunities that are provided from the other companies will be open to you. Lastly, what we are going to be looking at is representatives. So right now in every single course, there are a few group of students. What we are planning to do is each class, either 1 or 2 placement reps, we are going to either elect, or you're going to get the opportunity, whatever. If you feel like you are someone who can take up this job and communicate whatever is coming from the placement office to students, you can give your names for it. So this is what we are planning to do right now as representative. So each of you has a chance of becoming a representative for your own classes. So if you feel that is something that is interesting for you, you can take it up. So again, these are my details. You can just take a picture of it. If you require any information, you can always come to me, room number 1, okay? And yeah, by saying that, I will end it. Thank you so much for listening, and welcome to St. Philomena's College.
It was indeed a very elaborate presentation from our PRO. Very well done, ma'am. Thank you for all the information that you have shared with our students for the day. As I told you, I would like to repeat it again and again. You have a platform wherein all facilities are provided, but it's up to each and every individual student to make the best of it. Now we are almost on the fag end of the program. You have been here for 2 days listening to academics and non-academics also as such, the competitive exams and the cultural events that will be held in the college, everything. So every day there should be a takeaway for you all. So I hope you take both the day's sessions that are being done by all the resource persons very seriously. And be very serious with your studies right from the day 1. Your career is something which is really very important. Grab the opportunities that come your way. Do not be hesitant at any cost. Build in a lot of self-confidence in you all, which is very, very important. All the departments, all the faculties are there to help you all, readily available. They are there in the departments to help you with, if you have any difficulties, you can definitely count on the faculty members. Now it's time to thank the gathering and all the people who have worked for these 2 days continuously. I now invite Ms. Vincy, Assistant Professor from the Department of Food Science and Nutrition, to propose the vote of thanks.
A very good afternoon to one and all present here. Today, we come together not just as individuals, but as a community of learners, dreamers, and achievers. I, Vincy S., Assistant Professor, Department of Food Science and Nutrition, St. Philomena's College, and the entire fraternity of this institute, first of all, extend our utmost sincere thanks to Almighty God for making today's program a resounding success. Thank you is such a prayer that cannot be seen or touched. It must be felt by heart. I feel honored and privileged to get this opportunity to propose the vote of thanks on this special occasion. I would like to thank all the honorable delegates who blessed us with their presence. I'm also very much thankful to the management and the IQAC committee members who meticulously planned and executed every detail of this program. Your hard work has resulted in an event that not only welcomed our new students, but also instilled a sense of belonging and enthusiasm within them. My special thanks to Ms. Swarna Gauri Govindaraj, counseling psychologist, Manipal Hospital, Mysuru, for a gracious presence and sparing a most precious time for sparing her invaluable insights and inspiring us with the words of wisdom. Your guidance will undoubtedly serve as a beacon of light for your journey ahead. We will ever remain grateful to you, and we thank you for being with us today. In her absence, I thank her. I, on behalf of the organizing committee, convey deep regards and hearty thanks to Reverend Dr. Bernard Prakash Barnes, rectors and PHILOMENA'S educational institutions for organizing this program and guiding us throughout. I am also thankful to Reverend Father Maria Xavier, Vice Rector, Reverend Father Praveen K. Gregory, Campus Administrator, Reverend Father Christopher S.J., Assistant Rector, Brother Dolphy DeMello, Warden Boys Hostel, Brother Ebenezer Paul for their support in all possible manner to organize this program. Thank you, Fathers. Today, my words are not enough to express my gratitude to Dr. Ravi J.D. Saldana, Principal, St. Philomena's College, for his help and support at various stages. My sincere thanks to Mr. Nagaraj Aras, Vice Principal and Dean, Academics, Mr. Ronald Prakash Kutina, Vice Principal, Administration, for their timely support and constant guidance that radiated a source of energy within us. Thank you, sirs. My sincere thanks to Professor Othbert Pinto, PG Director, for his support and guidance. I extend my heartfelt thanks to Mr. Thomas A. Gunaseelan, IQAC Coordinator, and Ms. Lydia Vandana, Controller of Examination, for their timely support and guidance. Thank you, sir and ma'am. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very motivated and dedicated formal faculty teaching and non-teaching staff, a team of very proactive and dedicated members who have always stood by us. I feel proud and thank you for making this program a successful one. To our enthusiastic and talented student participants, thank you for your active engagement and for embracing the spirit of learning. Your presence today reflects your eagerness to embark on this educational journey, and we can't wait to see the remarkable contributions you'll make in the days to come. I also thank the parents for accompanying their wards and attending this 2-day induction program. Thank you all. A program of this dimension cannot happen overnight. The wheels started rolling days ahead. I cannot thank enough for the involvement they have shown and the willingness they have expressed to take on the completion of tasks beyond their comfort zones. Thank you all. I am very much thankful to the people who worked behind the scene to make this program happen, our technical team, stage setting and arrangement team, and housekeeping staff. It would have been impossible to organize it without your support. Thank you all. Last but definitely not the least, my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Deepa V, Assistant Professor, Department of BBA, for a wonderful comparing this morning. Thank you, ma'am. At the end, I would like to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you present here for gracing this occasion. Thanks to all of you for making this program successful. Here's to a bright future filled with limitless possibilities. Enjoy this beautiful afternoon at St. Philomena's College campus. Thank you, one and all.
As you step into this new phase of your academic life, remember that the college is not just a place of learning, but also a platform for personal growth, cultural enrichment, and holistic development. Embrace all the opportunities that come your way, participate in extracurricular, engage in your peers and faculty, and make the most of your time in the college. So we are done with our program, with our 2 days Diksha Aram program that was scheduled. Now the last part is the feedback. There is a cell called IQAC, Internal Quality Assurance Cell, which constantly works at the quality checks. So we would like to take your feedback. It means a lot to us. Please do take the QR code that is being circulated and fill in your feedback, which is very important, and please do it. The ID cards are available at the entrance. So please do collect your ID cards before you could leave. This is a temporary ID card that is being given to you. Please do collect at the entrance from where you came. Thank you all once again. Please be seated till you finish with your feedback. Please do that. And then you can collect your ID card and leave. We'll be meeting you all again on Monday for the classes. Please look into the college website for the timetable. See you all on Monday. Thank you all.